Hello friends, welcome to another video. I know it's been a while, I sort of took a break over the summer, but I am back. And today's review is Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. I got that in the middle of the screen there for you. It's a beautiful book. And it is one of the ones that I got from Fairy Loot. It is absolutely stunning. There's a picture of two of the princes on this cover and the other two princes on that one, which is awesome. I will read the little blurb for you before I get too far into spoilers. 4 handsome fae princes, 1 awkward bookworm, and an enchanted veil, a beastly curse to break. Rosalina O'Connell lives her life in Orca Cove as quietly as she can. When her father turns up missing, Rosie goes after him and finds herself in the Enchanted Vale, the land of the Fae. When Rosie locates her father, she discovers that he has been imprisoned, and Rosie has no choice but to make a deal with 4 Fae princes to take his place. As Rosie begins to learn more about the 4 princes she shares a castle with, she uncovers that they have been cursed. The princes must take on the form of demonic wolves every night, and with every year that passes, more of their magic fades away. If the princes can each find their mate, they will break their curse and free their realm. Rosie is determined to help them, but the only problem is, the more time she spends with the princes, the more she's convinced that she's the only one they're all meant to be with. So this is basically Beauty and the Beast retelling with a twist, obviously, because there's 4 of them. This is book 1 of 4, and I didn't know that when I started reading it. Because it was a gift book from Fairy Loot, I didn't do any research on it beforehand. I was just gifted, well, not gifted, I still bought it, but I didn't look into it before I bought it. So it wasn't really in my TBR per se. But it very much the Disney Beauty and the Beast, where she lives in this small town and she no one really likes her that much. There's even a Gaston. His name is Lucas. He is the son of the owners of the local hunting lodge. So there's Rosalina and Lucas. And then there's the 4 princes, Caldarion, Ezrin, Dayton, and Farron. The 2 maids that help her out the most are Astrid and Marigold. And then there is the Prince of the Under, and his name is Caspian. He is part of the whole thing. We do not really learn exactly his role in the first book. It is written it's written in first character, and it jumps between Rosalina and the princes, and the very last chapter is in Caspian's point of view, which I like as well. And I'm trying to flip through because we've got a little map here of Orca Cove, which is where Rosalina is from, and we also have a map of the Enchanted Vale where she is staying with the princes, in the castle in the middle with all the vines. Here is the one that they're staying in. There are no dragons, but there is obviously magic and enchantment. I ate this book up. I gobbled it up in like 3 days. Absolutely lovely. Definitely stereotypical, and you know what's going to happen. But there's still bits in it that completely threw me that I was not expecting. You can see the growth in the characters, all of them, the princes and Rosalina, as the story goes on. I liked the writing very much. Obviously, I devoured the book. Parts of it did feel predictable and parts of it didn't. And I feel like the pace was even throughout the whole book. I don't know if you can hear it, but Chevy is in the chair beside me chewing on cardboard like a feral kitten that he is. I lost my train of thought. Oh, it is spicy. It is 18 plus. There is male-male relationships in this as well as female-male. Just so you know, I wouldn't give it, I'd say 3 out of 5 peppers for spiciness, but definitely adult. I'm trying to think, what else do I usually say? It's been a while, and I just jumped right back into doing reviews because that is my style. I don't take my time. I knew when I was halfway through this book, that's when I figured out that there was going to be a sequel, when I was halfway through, because I could tell by how much needed to happen and what has happened that there was going to be another book at least. Turns out there is 4. They are available on Kindle Unlimited. I may be reading them that way as opposed to buying them, but I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to buy them because I want all the pretty covers. Like, look how pretty this is. And buy the other ones to match would be nice, but this one is unique because it's a Fairy Loot exclusive edition, so the other ones might not match it anyway. We'll have to see. Books it compares to any other classic fairy tale retelling out there. It's very much like that. This one sticks fairly true to the original story. Like, I guess I picture it as like the Disney version of Beauty and the Beast, but there are other there's a traditional Grimm Beauty and the Beast that isn't quite the same. But yeah, any other fantasy retelling books, it's very much like that. Her writing style reminds me of, what does it remind me of? I'm trying to remember the name. Victoria Aveyard. I hope I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Her writing style reminds me of hers. Definitely a romance. Kind of enemies to lovers, but not really. And I should mention that Rosalina, the world she's from, Orca Cove, is modern. She starts off with her cell phone and everything like that, and her father is involved. Her father, I read the blurb. Obviously, she goes and trades her spot for her father. Obviously, we don't really get to know him very much in the book. Oh no, it doesn't mention it in the blurb, but she mentions it right from the beginning, so I don't consider this a spoiler. But her father is actually looking for her mom, who he says was stolen by fairies. So he's been looking for the Fae realm pretty much Rosalie's entire life. So that's why he's considered the town nutso for that reason. So I kind of wonder if her mom is going to make an appearance later in the books or not. I am unsure. The book does end on a cliffhanger, but I suspect that, being as there are more books coming. I'm not sure if you can consider it Stockholm Syndrome or not, but you never know. To each his own. I would rate it 4 out of 5 stars. It exceeded my expectations. The writing is great. The plot is very engaging. The characters are complex. There's emotionally moving parts. There's parts that were kind of boring that I didn't care for, but that's how a good book should be written, where there's things that you don't like, certain characters you don't like, makes them feel real. I do want it for my shelf because it is pretty. I do want to read the rest of the series, and when I read them, I'll put the links for their videos in the description box below. I don't think I will reread it, but I do highly recommend it, especially if you love Beauty and the Beast and you love a good retelling that's a little different with a little twist to it. But you will have to read all 4 of them, obviously. So, Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. I hope you guys all enjoyed that video. and my review. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.